This is the tale of two people who visited an amusement park and were not amused. I call it Terrorite. George and Ruth had been driving for hours when they saw the sign. Look, George, an amusement park. Let's stop for a while. Okay, Ruth. We can take in some rides. The cool September air stirred lazily as they entered the shabby gates and walked down the midway. Oh dear, the roller coaster is closed up. Looks like the whole place is boarded up, Ruth. The season's over, you know. George and Ruth stood alone on the deserted midway. Gee, I guess we might as well leave. Yeah, too bad. Suddenly. What's that, Ruth? Sounds like water splashing. Oh, look, George, how quaint. An old mill ride with a water wheel. I'm glad at least one ride is open. Let's try it. I don't know, George. It's always so dark in those things. What better place to take my new bride than on a dark boat ride? Oh, George, stop. How many, please? 2 aren't very busy, are you? No, not many people come here this time of year. All right, take the next boat. Comfortable, honey? Snug as a bug. Have a pleasant trip, folks. The boat with George and Ruth moved slowly toward the yawning black mouth of the tunnel. This looks like it's going to be fun. Please, George, the man will hear you. And then, oh, it's dark. The darker, the better. You're fresh, George Arnold. Did you forget who you just married today, Mrs. Arnold? Now give me a... Suddenly, a light flashes on. What the... Oh, it's just one of those wax displays they have in these rides. But it looks so real. The boat moves slowly forward, and the display darkens again. Those wax figures, when they're done by an expert, always do look real. Now, where were we? You were about to give me a... How horrible! Say, this isn't funny anymore. These displays are revolting. George, I don't feel so good. We'll be out soon, Ruth. I must say, the owner of this place has a macabre sense of humor. Look, George, another one. They certainly do look real. That decapitated corpse and the dried blood. I'm closing my eyes. I'm not going to look anymore. I don't blame you. They're all pretty disgusting. We hit something. The boat. It stopped. I'll see what it is. George moved to the front of the boat and groped into the inky blackness. It's something soft. And the water. I'll light my cigarette lighter. Good Lord! It's a body! George, I want to get out of here. I can't move the boat. It's jammed on this corpse. We'll have to wade the rest of the way. As the frightened couple splashed through the black tunnel. Great Scott! I just thought of something, Ruth. What? That corpse was real. Maybe the displays were real too. Oh, no. No! On through the murky darkness they waited. We'll be out soon. I'm tired. I've got to rest, George. Here's a place to sit down. Thank goodness. I'm about ready to... Suddenly, the place where they have stopped is flooded with light. It's another display. It is real, George. It is real. Fear and terror clutched at their hearts as George and Ruth rushed from the horrible scene further into the inky gloom. Here's an empty display. You can rest here. It looks like some kind of torture chamber. As soon as you catch your breath, we'll get out of here, Ruth. The owner, he must be a madman, a homicidal maniac. You didn't laugh at my exhibits, did you? George, it's him. Look at his eyes. He is mad. All summer they laughed at my exhibits, the fools. They said my wax dummies didn't look real. Now I can show them. Ruth, get ready to make a break for it. No more will they laugh now. My exhibits look real because I use real people. And this is my last display, a medieval torture chamber. Thanks to you two, like the others who wandered into the deserted amusement park and found this ride, I will be able to finish it. There's no use running. You can't get out. The exit is closed and locked.
Run, Ruth, run.
I'll get you. Never fear.
Those shackles he's carrying. He wants to put us on that stretch rack.
George, he's coming after us. There, George, the end of the tunnel.
And the exit. It is locked.
We're trapped. Maybe if I scream for help.
There's no use calling. No one will hear you. The park is deserted.
Keep away, you crazy idiot.
Crazy? You'll see if I'm crazy.
The maniacal owner, his eyes burning, lunges at the cowering pair.
I'm a genius. I create realistic... Oh!
George, he slipped on the wet boards.
Oh!
Don't look, Ruth. Don't look.
What a horrible end, caught in the water wheel.
His own diabolical ride finally destroyed him. Come, Ruth. Let's bust that padlock and get away from here. Remember? We got a honeymoon to finish.
The end.